Dan podcast ini ditajakan khas oleh Adel Law LLC, sebuah syarikat yang memberikan khidmat konsultasi untuk perkara-perkara legal dan terutamanya syariah law.
Yes, korang boleh follow mereka di social, Facebook, Instagram dan TikTok @adel.law.llc ataupun lagi laman adellaw.com.sg untuk maklumat lanjut.
Dan korang juga boleh book an appointment WhatsApp di talian 83997923, 83997923 atau walk-in Blok 190 Lorong 6 Tua Payoh, unit number 02-512.
Selamat datang dan selamat kembali ke Next Home Talk Show bersama saya Ashraf Usman.
Faizal Rahim.
Dan saya Wan Jumat.
Dan pada minggu ni kita bersama dengan Syakirin. Apa khabar Syakirin?
Baik, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Lama tak nampak
Senyum selalu.
The last kita jumpa was quite some time for recording and everything.
Quite some time.
Yeah, but for me and Wan, I think we came down the last time is your house, open house.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations once again, Syak.
Thank you for coming.
Melayu berjaya.
Inspire.
Alhamdulillah.
Tak maaf Syak tak dapat hadir hari tu.
No problem, no problem. Bila-bila datang senang.
Oh, boleh
Dia nak kena buat video apa?
Oh ya.
You all nak makan prata dekat Jalan Kayu, just drop by.
Betul.
Prata memang sedap lah kat situ.
And also ni dah bulan 11 coming to bulan 12 end of year. Bila kita release podcast ni, macam mana Syak, business normally for end of year ada slow down sikit ke ataupun you have already projection for next year macam mana?
Okay, the way I project my business is I try to ensure that at least for the first 6 to 9 months, I have enough collections to last my expense for the whole year.
Oh, okay.
Because we have to save for rainy days lah.
Betul.
And generally speaking, quite interestingly, November, December is monsoon biasanya kan, rainy days lah. And literally and figure of speech also, generally I see a dip in the number of leads, usually towards the end of the year, especially for community law cases like divorces and maybe maintenance, PPO, right? It's a good thing, right, for there to be less divorces and violence cases lah, because maybe they already plan end of the year, they want to go together as family.
Yeah.
So they just let that period pass before they decide to take any step. So I guess there's no empirical evidence for this, but this is my gut feel, and I've spoken to many lawyers out there, they also have the same feeling. That generally it's a bit slower towards the end of the year. And also, I mean, we are going to have a firm trip also.
Oh, to where?
To Bali.
Alamak. Why Bali? Bali?
Boleh can join. No, we had a few places in mind.
Okay.
And then we did the democratic way lah, voting.
Okay.
And then they chose Bali, so we will be going not just the firm but the family also.
Oh, is it?
So we bringing our own family.
So it's a paid trip for everyone.
Paid trip for everyone.
Family angkat macam kita tak ada lah.
Boleh. I can get one more room in the villa for you.
Kita consider part of Syaknya family juga tau. Part gini mengaku family
I see. But Syak sendiri dulu belajar economics. I just want to understand as a kita belajar economics as a economist you all macam tahu the prediction of macam the upcoming year punya year of finance or ataupun the market shift ke macam mana? You all tahu benda ni?
Okay, so there's two things though. One is economics, one is finance.
Okay.
They are two separate things.
Okay.
The study of economics is the study of how to allocate scarce resources. That means economies generally deal with policy issues. For example, if we go and do prediction in the near future, US is increasing tariffs, so our exports may go down. So we as economists, we know, okay, if exports go down, your GDP, your gross domestic produce will go down. You might end up with a recession. Then you probably need to have some sort of expansionary fiscal policy or expansionary monetary policy. So this is what economists do.
Okay.
For finance, their focus will be more on financial products, like, okay, for example, they deal with interest rates, where to put in the money, right? You short or you call. These are the terms that finance use lah. At the end of the day, to answer your question, whether we know or not, we generally don't know, right? But we read the papers like everyone else in Business Times, and from there we sort of guess lah. But I think the economic outlook doesn't affect my firm directly because it's a small firm. right?
Faham.
So we ride together with the wind lah.
Okay.
Tapi at the end of the day, I think whether it's a good month or bad month, it's always important if you are running a business to be very frugal. You where you can save, you save, because sometimes you don't know. You just have to use the monies to pay for additional expense. Like for example, law firms, our additional expense usually come in sometime in March and April.
Okay.
Because kita nak kena renew kita punya practicing certificate.
Okay.
So kita nak kena bayar kita punya insurance, kita punya practicing certs, all that. So that's gonna be quite a heavy chunk of payment.
Oh, every year kena bayar?
Every year you need to renew. And then
Is it expensive? Is it?
per lawyer about 2,000.
Oh,
So
2K,
if you got 5-10 lawyers,
Oh yeah. So you need to pay for them as well lah.
yeah, because they are part of the employer of the firm, remember?
Okay.
So we will pay, and then you also must put aside for bonus, right? Bonus is now something that people expect as a right, right? They call it bonus, but actually people expect at the very least they get paid 1 month at the end of the year, right? So you have to keep that in mind as well, because you cannot say, oh, this month not so good, or rather this year not so good, we don't pay you, no.
That 1 month is excluding the 13 month kan? 13 month is
no,
different.
13 month, what I mean is a
13 month is a must.
So it's
Understand.
compulsory 13 months?
It's not compulsory, but I think it's expected by the staff lah.
Oh.
So it will be a real blow to them kalau you tell them, this month no bonus,
Yeah.
or this year no bonus, because they work so hard, right?
Yeah,
They and I'm very sure, even when I was an employee myself, we sometimes at the end of the year we know, okay, I get this extra, I want to use this to pay a bit of my credit card bill,
Yeah.
I want to pay for my road tax, my insurance, all that, right? This additional expense. So you already have the expectations, and then suddenly your boss say, sorry, I'm not paying you.
Alamak, yalah, down sikit.
So I think we need to factor in all this lah.
Okay. Because right now kita pun first time setting up company together, and our video editor pun tanya ada bonus ke tak. So yeah, that's the question.
Tak ada. Dia punya bonus kita buat KPI dia.
Okay, PI.
Based on
Okay,
KPI.
there's two different things. 30 month and the profit sharing.
Yeah.
So it's two different. What 13 month is not compulsory, but they expected.
It's expected, yeah. Profit sharing, I think
Not practice, right?
not practice, because you see, profit sharing only if each of the people in the company actually contribute to it, you see.
Okay.
Like maybe amongst the three of you, you all agree, okay, this end of the month we have maybe about extra 60k. Let's divide by 3 instead of rolling over to the next year. That's profit sharing. But staff, they usually don't have that profit sharing component. That is must as a bonus. So if let's say you want to give them more through the profit you make, then you give them additional month bonus.
Yeah. That one is called what type of bonus? I know 13 months, a variable bonus, is it?
It's a variable bonus.
Yeah, variable
correct.
bonus.
So these are the things that usually your staff looks forward at the end of the year. So we need to factor for that lah.
Yeah, what else they need? Dah ada bonus, dah dapat pergi company trip, kan?
Kira ya kerja kat Syak
Aku dah bilang kan. Umur 60 tahun aku cari Syak.
Boleh tukar? boleh
Sign contract sekarang dulu.
Boleh tukar nama tak? Adel Talk Show. terus join sekali ya.
Yeah, understand. How about macam, let's say you have any part-timers ke apa in the company? What kind of benefit pula? How do you differentiate pula?
For now, I don't have any part-timers. Tapi I guess maybe we have interns. Interns are usually students from either law school, university or polytechnic, or those people who are interested to pursue law but they haven't started their school.
Okay.
These are the people who come to the law firms and ask for some sort of experience learning.
Just paralegal, right?
Not really paralegal. Paralegal means you are already in it and you are doing research for the firm. They are trying to understand how law firms run.
Okay.
For this intern, normally what is recommended by the school itself or the person as an intern? Like say for example, if I want to be intern for you, I will call you and send my resume. Macam mana?
Okay, yeah, it's both ways. So I've gotten resumes directly from students.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm in my final year of SUSS. I want to try and experience how being in a firm like yours is. Can you give me 3 months internship?
Okay.
Sometimes schools, we have our understanding that okay, if you have your guys who want to have an internship experience, you can send to our firm.
Okay.
So we have both. So but usually the bigger firms, they have this kind of tie-ups with the school. The smaller firms usually they apply directly to us via email.
Understood. Tapi cakap pasal ekonomi, Faizal ada topik yang dia nak bawakan kita
Dia tak
pada hari ni.
happy sebab selalu dia pergi sana.
Bukan pasal aku.
conversion.
No.
Teruskan,
It's not I'm unhappy. Because what I saw yesterday, I think it happened yesterday because I think Malaysian punya currency rate goes up to 3.13. Okay. So last time I think it's about 3.3, almost 3.5 pun ada kan. Yeah. So now it's become 3.13 and I think a lot of nation also they said that macam now kita punya currency dah 3.13. Singapore sekarang nak pergi sana pun fikir 2-3 kali lah. Dah harga kita punya rate dah makin kuat apa. Yeah. So I mean why should they say this kind of thing? I mean even pun kau naik pun to something apa semua, I think Singaporean will still belanja kat sana kan.
Yeah.
And why should you like macam selalu belaga-lagakan because of this? And then pekerja yang kat Malaysia dan pekerja yang kerja kat Singapore pun kena juga. Padan muka lah kau kerja kat Singapore, nanti kau tahulah nak kerja balik kat Malaysia nanti kan. Apa yang buat this Malaysia punya currency ni makin kuat?
Based on
what
what
your
How can your currency appreciate kan? Usually what we have is we have a exchange rate system that's flexible. Usually your currency goes up in terms of the value when there's a lot more economic activity in your country.
economic activity, okay.
That means your productive capacity, the ability to produce in your country increases. Then your currency becomes stronger.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Or the economy, the central bank prints less money in the country. So that now there's less Malaysian ringgit. That's why it becomes stronger. Right? The lesser the amount of currency in circulation, the more limited edition it is, the higher the value goes.
Understand. Does USD weakness also affect this?
Yeah, because usually now they peg the currency against a basket of currency. So like Singapore, we peg our currency not against just US, against yuan, against renminbi, against Japanese currency, against euro. So they have this calculation, very, very complicated calculation, but they will try to peg against a basket of currencies, they call it. And then from there, they will see if, let's say, this economy is weakening, that means their currency is going down, that means your currency is appreciating. It's a relative concept.
Okay.
You are stronger, not because you are stronger, but you can be normal, your counterpart become weaker, that's why your currency becomes stronger.
But how do they determine the country itself? Like, okay, right now the country is doing well, but how do they justify and who?
We have the statistics, right? We have your Ministry of Trade. We have all these statistics coming in and showing that, this month the national income has increased, right? The Central Bank Monetary Authority of Singapore also have records of money in circulation, right? So all these will factor into how much the currency can appreciate or depreciate. Okay. Or the central bank can just declare, okay, look, I want to depreciate my currency. Actually, it's a very interesting concept. No?
Yeah.
A weaker currency can be good for the country.
Why is it so?
Because if let's say, for example, Singapore's currency is weaker,
okay,
right? That means if you are going to sell to other countries your exports, right? Because Singapore, let's say we want to sell our Singapore goods overseas. Now that our currency is weaker, the price based on the foreigners' view is that the price now in Singapore is cheaper.
Cheaper lah.
So they buy more?
Because I need less of my own currency to buy the Singaporean goods.
True.
Last time I need more. Now because the Singapore currency is weaker, I buy less. I can buy more with less money. Okay. Right? So your exports go up. When your exports go up, imagine you are a businessman. More sales, better revenue.
Yalah, more sales lah.
So better for the Singapore economy in terms of the trade. But we don't forget, this is where economics is. But then let's not forget that we also have our capital market. Our capital market is where people use the currency for investment. Okay. Now, if your currency is weak, people will not want to invest in your currency. So you go up here. You go down here, right? So that's why people always say economics, right, is just trying to find the equilibrium. because you can be doing well here, somewhere else you will be doing badly.
Meaning as such, if let's say for weaker currencies, when you want to export your things, so it will be more volumes because people is going to buy your items as less cheaper.
Exactly.
But when you want to import something, especially if you're talking about mostly you're talking about US conversion in US, you go to US, you pergi mana-mana pun they will convert into US, and your currency is cheap, weaker. Okay. So meaning kalau if let's say they charge you one item is $2 US and your currency is lesser, so when you calculate back, then you are paying more for one item. Like what Shak say is you have to balance it. You export, you earn it. Tetapi when you want to import something where you are the importer here, then it's going to be killing your business.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this phenomena happened in China. China purposely devalued their renminbi, their yuan. Until US had to step in and say, look, stop.
Oh, they did on purpose.
Because you see, I have a lot of production. I need to sell out. I devalue my currency. My goods become cheaper relative to the foreign economy. People buy my goods. I don't need to import. I am a producing country. I can just do things myself.
Smart.
But like I said, it will affect their capital market, their investment market, because then people might not want to put their money in China to invest in construction, infrastructure, all that. So it's a calculated game lah. That's the interesting thing about economics. They call it beggar thy neighbor policy. It means you make your neighbor a beggar lah, because you are actually making a lot of money from making your currency weaker.
So meaning as such, Singaporeans do contribute a lot in the Johor economy, Malaysia economy. That's why their sales can go up, their market is going up.
You see, but in rational kan, kalau if let's say you Singaporean macam aku if you want to do the conversions into ringgit, do you precisely calculate one Singapore dollars ringgit is 325, ataupun you purposely let's say, how much is this? 15 ringgit. 15 ringgit is $3. You're not going to calculate 15 ringgit times 3.25. The points. So it doesn't matter whether it's 3.25, 3.16, 3.18, 3.10 pun aku tak kisah.
But many are very calculative on that.
Apa?
Banyak calculative. Macam kita, let's say some people they just kali 3 je, times 3 is enough already.
Yes.
But some people they really to the point of 3.13, 3.14, they will just calculate.
Does make an effect if let's say if you just make an if you want to go to overseas like Malaysia.
Of course lah. I mean, if you change more, let's say you change $10,000, you will get definitely higher.
It's the amount bro.
If let's say you are talking about $10,000, which is yes lah. Tetapi you don't suck up because of 0.12 pun.
Tapi lain orang lain.
0.12 times 10,000 bro berapa? $120 bro.
Yalah.
That kind of thing lah. Tapi kalau you're talking about business acumen, then you're talking about volumes where you want to export something, then the amount is a lot. Maybe like say 100,000, 200,000, then there's a lot lah. For them, because of 3.16, they are happy because they've been stuck for 3.2 something for donkey years already. Listen that.
To them it's like achievement for their country lah.
Yes, but why right now I follow somehow rather the PMX, the Prime Minister
Anwar.
He does good contact with the China for the investment of products into Malaysia. Then this another one Prime Minister of America coming down to Malaysia doing some business. Then he also is the one who to become a middle person within Thailand and Burma.
Tapi lepas tu kau komplain, kau cakap kau komplot dengan Trump semua. Tapi bila ekonomi kau naik gini, kau jadi bangga. So you cannot please anyone lah. My point is 3.18. Tapi as a Singaporean, kalau aku nak tukar 5,000 pun 4,000 pun, I just do the conversions of $3. Dan kau jangan babitkan Singapore. Jangan cakap Singapore mesti fikir 2-3 kali nak belanja.
Tak ada lah. Relax lah bilang dia.
Guys, this thing will never end, right? I mean, it's like brother and sister, you always fight, you know, this kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I mean, we are happy for them lah.
Betul.
Honestly,
we're happy. I mean, good for you all also. Tapi macam aku cakap, jangan babitkan Singapore lah.
I think the other thing also we must understand the what do you call the exchange rate fluctuates. It can go down.
Maybe it's just temporary only.
It will go up, and then it will go down. Then it will just be on a band. Right. So no point thinking that this is something that's going to be permanent.
Do you remember when the Malaysian ringgit is 1:2?
Yeah.
about
Kan?
20 years ago.
Itu 20 years ago kalau kau nak stay that from 3 to 2, then it's still okay lah. You know, this kind of thing. But still, Singapore contribute your economics by going down there, even though it's 1:2 as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to understand Syak macam just now you mentioned print duit, boleh devaluekan duit. Who determines that this country can print how much money? Amount of money?
Okay, the central bank.
Central
So
bank.
every country have a bank that has control over the monetary policy.
Oh, not
And
MAS
Is MAS. Singapore is MAS.
Oh, okay.
And they are not the government. They are separate from the government.
Oh.
That means if the parliament needs money, they must write to the MAS.
So government cannot control them lah.
No, they are independent. The central bank is independent. Like in America, we have the Federal Reserve,
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And if Donald Trump needs money, he must write to the Federal Reserve for permission. Federal Reserve can tell him, no, get lost. Or Federal Reserve can say, okay, Ken, we'll loan this money to the government, you pay us back. So they are separate actually.
Well, even though he's a president
Even though he's a president, even in Singapore also, the idea is the central bank, the monetary authority of Singapore is independent, right? And let's say if the ministries need money, they want to borrow from the central bank, they must formally request.
Oh, serious I thought the
So they are
government
not
own.
one and the same.
So when they loan the money to, let's say the country, they are the one that determine the interest berapa dia nak kasih,
Correct.
tinggi ke rendah.
Correct.
They have to
can
return
decide.
back
Return back.
Oh, it's like a bank lah. It's a
Like
MAS.
a loan,
Yeah,
like a loan. Then I mean the government can also raise their own revenue through taxation.
Okay.
But only if let's say they don't have enough money and they need
Yeah,
to borrow from the central bank, they have the right. Even local banks like DBS, Maybank, you know, they or UOB, all that. If let's say they don't have enough money, they can borrow from MAS.
Oh.
Okay.
So the central bank in Singapore is MAS, is the bank of all banks.
Okay.
Is a lender for all lenders.
They are the one who control the interest of the bank as
Correct.
well.
Correct.
Okay.
So they will have powers to decide on monetary policy, whether to increase the monetary supply. Because when you increase money supply, interest rates go down, investment goes up, there will be growth in the economy, right? So they have indirect link to manage the economy.
Okay.
Okay, so because of that, they have authority lah, to manage. And if let's say government wants to borrow money or they need extra funds, they have to write and explain why they need. And this central bank has the final say whether they want to agree or not.
Kuat
At one point, I can't remember which country it is. Just because of the country itself printed more notes or more money, which is practically is killing them and make them bankrupt. I can't remember one country.
Okay, talking about that, they call it hyperinflation.
Yes.
You see, the way monetary system works is very simple. Let's say we have a economy where there's only 10 water bottles.
Okay.
And the central bank prints 10 $1 notes.
Okay.
Okay, if you let it be in circulation, we know that each bottle will cost $1.
True.
Betul.
Right?
Yeah.
You just leave it in the market.
Betul.
They will negotiate and then they will price it at $1 for one bottle.
Okay.
Now, let's say the same economy only have 10 bottles, central bank prints another 10 $1 note. So there is $20 in circulation for 10 bottles. How much is now one bottle?
Double lah.
$2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah lah.
Nothing has changed, right?
Correct.
It's just that you print more money, right?
Yeah.
So
Increase the price.
the price goes up, inflation, because of printing of money.
Yeah, too many.
So if you keep printing and printing and printing, like what happened in Germany during the World War period, and many of the African countries, you reach a point of hyperinflation. That's why you see photos of people carrying barrels of
Money.
notes,
Notes,
right? Just to
yeah.
buy one loaf of bread.
Yeah.
So when I was in LSE, London School of Economics, my lecturer was sharing with me, I did research in one of the poorer countries in Africa.
Okay.
Right? I wanted to understand what inflation is all about. So I was a bit hungry, so I went to the shop. I bought burger. The burger was very tasty. It cost me about, I think, maybe 5 trillion pounds. Yeah, they go in trillion. So after that, I came back. Because it was so tasty, I wanted to buy another one. When I came back, the price doubled.
Why?
So he wanted to show how bad the inflation is. Like in that short period of time, the money is that the value of money goes down. So when you keep printing and printing and printing,
Tak ada value lagi lah.
value go down. So the currency in one of the poorer countries, I can't remember, Zimbabwe, I think that time, they have expiry date.
The notes.
This legal tender can be used up to end of the year.
Hey.
After that, you use it as toilet paper
What style?
because the value goes down.
Oh.
So a lot of things you can learn. If let's say
Yeah,
you
interesting,
talk
So at the
about matter.
first place, they don't need to print out as much note as possible.
You control, like it depends on the bank.
The bank needs to control
Need
lah,
to
because
control
at the
lah.
end of the day, once you print money, you put it in circulation.
How banks going to control when, let's say, Singapore, MES is the one that decide berapa banyak dia nak print?
My point is the central bank lah. MAS is the one who control the
MAS
money.
Yeah.
You must
How many
have,
you want to?
correct. You must have a solid. You must have a trustworthy central bank to manage. Otherwise, if you keep printing and printing and
Back
printing,
in now in Africa also, if let's say like what I say, I've seen that someone want to buy something, they have to bawa trolley tau,
Yalah,
tak boleh
yalah.
check semua. Okay, example
Jadi
also in
macam
let's say
banana note gitu
Southeast Asia, if you're talking about macam Indonesia rupiah, you know, if your conversion is let's say for $100 is 1 million as for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know, it can be the punya market rate is going down where it's lagi banyak duit that you have to pay, then you have to pay certain things with more notes to pay. Yeah.
Is it because their country is big, that's why it's hard for
economics
them to...
lah. This is because of the economics, right?
I mean, you are correct to a certain extent. It's more difficult to handle a bigger economy.
Yeah,
than
that's what
smaller.
I felt.
But having said that, you got more people. You have more people with better brains. You can have more systems in place. It's not an excuse. You should be able to have systems in place to manage the economy and make sure you don't get irresponsible.
Yeah.
I think it's quite complicated. I thought it's quite straightforward. You print money, the more you print, the more money you have.
That's the value
Yeah.
lah. You have to control. For
but-
me lah, if let's say you control the monies, right? So your currency will be valuable lah.
I think IMM did a good job lah. That's the
I admit
reason
that
why.
lah.
Yeah.
I admit that lah.
Credits lah.
You are comparing with previous punya kan, semua
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
By going down, your currency is increases. Then I think you're
I mean
going
the
to-
relationship that he had also with...
You cannot please anyone lah. Yeah.
Tapi siapa own central bank tak payah lah.
Siapa
Who's
the
itu dah
CEO?
itu dah semua Rothschild.
No, I think central bank nobody owns it. Like it's a
Individual.
It's a government entity that is independent from the president or the prime ministers. They are on their own. They are elected based on merits. So it's not like your prime minister. You also can be in the central bank. Cannot.
But is it true that
It's
people
fair
say that this central bank itself is controlled by sensitive like Rothschild, the
Illuminati.
yeah.
no, they are the
MAS
wealthiest.
MAS aku rasa
No,
tak lah.
I mean central bank
Maybe
in
the federal
America,
bank in US
macam
maybe.
Godfellas, this kind of
I
thing.
think what is a fact is the Rothschild family came up with the fractional banking system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? The fractional banking system, if you look at it closely, is what they call the Midas touch. Midas touch means, King Midas, whenever he
touch
touch
the gold.
anything, everything becomes gold.
Oh.
The fractional banking system
Yeah.
is able to create money from money.
Okay.
So if you put $100 in your bank account, $100 inside, right? The fractional banking system allows the bank to loan out, let's say 90%, right? So $100 is one's money, no. But the bank,
Take.
you think when you check your internet banking is $100, but
Yeah.
$100 is not inside.
Yeah.
$90 is taken out
Yeah.
and loan to Zal.
Okay.
So right now, from your $100, it has become $190, right? Because you have the 100,
Yeah.
you have the 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you put inside another bank.
Okay.
Then they keep 10%,
Lend out to
$81. They give a loan to
Acap.
Acap. So now the money is 100 plus 90 plus 81.
But dalam tak ada lah.
271. So that is how money is created from nothing.
In terms of figure
So that's why if you look at the biggest buildings in cities, they are the banks.
Oh.
Because they are drowning with money.
I see.
I mean, okay, right? You put $100 suddenly become $1,000.
Yeah.
Why not? Actually, if you keep going, it will go to $1,000. 100 plus 90 plus
81.
81. You do your maths, you will go to 1,000. From 100 to 1,000.
Interesting
From
Very interesting. Kelas kita dah habis. Kita belajar first module. But interesting.
Sekarang selalu asyik kita dengar Syak berbual pasal about law apa semua. Now Syak berbual pasal
I will
economics.
still
Then
intrigue
you'll
kalau
be
Syak berbual lah.
I mean it's something that we can learn. I mean sikit sebanyak kita boleh ambil. Kita tak payah attend lah a full course ber. Tapi kalau orang boleh minat pergi belajar sendiri, it's much more better lah. Tapi apa-apa pun kalau korang ada masalah dalam segi undang-undang ataupun ada case, any penceraian punya case yang very hard for you to manage, korang boleh jumpa Syakirin. InsyaAllah Syakirin akan bantulah.
Yes, kalau kau boleh look at dia punya Facebook, Instagram dan juga TikTok lah. You go and browse through tempat Adel Law LLC or look at their website di adellaw.com.sg. Okay, dan kalau nak contact diorang, contact di mana Wan?
There's no obligation. Just call Syakirin at 83997923 83997923 atau jangan segan, jangan segan lah. Just call him atau make an appointment kat blok 190 lorong 6 Tua Payoh, unit number 02-512.
Okay, kita akan jumpa on next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.